That's the difference between Christians and men of Christ. Shit out. That's what you're all at. Jesse, Faz, Charlie Holloway, he's all good. Celtic boy, Francis Cobain. They just come in on a mad one, don't they? But you'll have people that think they're clever as well, though, so you've got to understand the dynamics. You know, the second thought is that could have been someone in Islam gauging me. You never know. But you'd always have them second thoughts to contemplate about what's just gone on, which is a good thing. Think twice about what's just happened, not just what choices you're going to make. You'd always get this thing where people are saying, think twice before you do anything, think twice after you've done something. Straight up, lad. How are you, Adam? You good, mate? Charlie, Damon, Jamaican, Haiti. Fucking disgusting, like, what's going on? No one's fucking mentioning them, really, are they? No one. I've done my bit, like, but that's all I can do. Yes, KC, no one, it's just like you get caught up in all mad shit. You can't do nothing, and it does your head in. Why don't you care about money, says RB88. You can't care about money. You can worry about it. You can't care about it. Just how it is. You can care for your mum. You can care, you can look after a car. You can care for a cat. You can look after your money. You can't love it. It's lusting over material. That's what you're doing. That's why. I'd rather raise me kids skint. It's horrible in a way, but it's good in a way. I don't give a fuck what people have said about me anyway. I've struggled horrendously, mate, over the last 8 years. I haven't been allowed to make something of myself. Straight up. I haven't been allowed to. Storm mad knobheads coming at me, cutting me down all over the place. It's weird. But going forward, if I need to make this message powerful, if I need to keep me fit and strong, keep my family protected, well, I've got to start earning a living. And the only way I can earn a living is on social media. I've tried every other way. Honest, can't even get a fucking basic job. And if I do, it's in a mad place where I can just get shot dead. So, the risks and all that, that's in my life. Yes, Jembe just prevents me. Nice one, Dave. CFAS just prevents me from doing what I want to do. That's what the system can do to you. When you either see your risk or your potential, they can stop it happening. Like, you just look at me getting trolled and cancelled by whoever, when in reality there's a dark force behind these dickheads, this English and all these little helmets. Yes, Demi Davis. You've got to think about how vocal I've been towards Tommy Robinson. Straight up, mate. Honest. When I was screaming about him over them emails years ago, that's when all the real shit kicked in with me. But I've always pointed the finger at English. although he's had his part of it, majority of the time it's this little rat. Straight up, that. Got Ronnie saying Tommy's the man. And that's how fucked you are, Davey boy. You're looking at a fucking 5 foot. I don't even know how big he is. He's just a weasel. No, he's fucked on the meds. Goes for a run. Comes back off his run. Doesn't even get in yet. Does a video ranting. And then gets off. That's what he does. Goes on his run, off his meds. Comes on his fucking little minish scran. Locks off. I don't even watch him, I just see shit. No, because this is a new profile now. All mad shit's just coming across and he's fucking popping up and like that. Block, 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 block. I can't even tolerate his face. He reminds me of like I just can't tolerate his little squashed up fucking angry crack smoking face. Trying to be something it's not. It's just, it irritates me to fuck. He is what he is. He's trying to drag Christianity into the fold, which is the purpose of the other firm. If you look in every country, if you look in France, if you look in Germany, you're looking at people and you're thinking, oh, it's the immigrants v the fucking, it's immigrants v the homegrown people, when it's not. This floods of Islamic men coming from parts of the world where their Islamic cultures are rootless. They're getting led in here by Soros, by the people that run your media, the people that run your TV stations, the people that run your TikTok platforms, your YouTube platforms. Them people are doing this to unsettle this country. Like, if you go back in history, what you'll understand is there's been an agenda by this powerful organ, the people that run the world now. The most powerfulest people in the world, you think, let me just say this to you, right? Great Britain is a miniature Israel. You just don't understand it. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Give it 10 or 20 years. Straight up, because this isn't going to happen overnight. What they're planning, they've been planning this for fucking time. Before I'm born. I'm 46. Well before I'm born. Even if you're 56, before you're born, this has been going around the world. So when you look at the East, for hundreds of years you had Christians and Muslims living there, but then all of a sudden you got this firm landing in Palestine, and the East has changed right round it, right round Israel. Christians and Muslims are in conflict now. Why? Because shit changed years ago. Deliberate. Why? Because this is the agenda. Look, you see the Muslims, the majority of the militants that have been in place, being put in place, they're in place by them. So when their agenda of eradicating the Christianities from these parts of the country, these parts of the world, they've now moved in here. They spent a couple of 100 years on the East, making that militant Islam, if you like. So over there you'll have the moderate, real people of the land, and then you'll have CIA and Jewish initiatives planted in there, they'll take the real leaders out, the tribal leaders, and replace them with their agents. So now they're spinning a narrative to all these, making this a militant fucking outfit, running through. And even if they're all Muslim people, the real ones don't do as they're told, they're getting hurt. And they've done that for hundreds of years. They're now in the West. So what happens now is, 10, 20, 30 years down the line, everywhere in the West will be like the East. It'll be controlled by them, Israel. Once they've established the eradication of Christianity, who is the real enemy here? Christianity is the real enemy for them. Trust me on that. Once they've established that, then the leaders they put in place at the top of their helm in these Islamic places just switch on them all. Wipe them out, put them in prison, take everything off them, and that's it. They've accomplished that one world order, which is the mindset of the Jewish elite. And that's who's running the world now. That's who runs this country. The Jewish elite. So we all think like all these countries are the richest, but we've got the most powerfulest country, the powerfulest currency in the world. And if you're the richest country, if you've got the most powerfulest currency, you're the most powerfulest part of the world. Think about it. Why hasn't no one overturned the pound sterling currency? Even the dollar's not as powerful. Why? Because you can go with your £1 and get $1.50 for it. Why? Because your pound's worth more than the dollar. And it always has been. Your pound's worth more than any type of currency right round the globe. Why is that? Because this is the most powerfulest country in the whole fucking world. And the people that run it, which are the Jewish.
Right, now he's saying they didn't buy a new suit. So
straight up, above King Charles, it's all Jewish. Well, I'll go and look. This is just my feeling. So listen, if you've got this big massive plan to take over the world, you need numbers. You need pure numbers, don't you? So for me, I'm thinking Germans, Polish, Albanians, some of them, probably most of them. These are all that bloodline. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if you look at Netanyahu, and then you look at if you look at the German people, the Jewish people, not the Ukrainian. You get what I'm saying, don't you? You know, these countries that are just plotted all over the place, are these waiting to just go pump, here we are the Jewish bloodline? Because how are you going to get just say for example you've got 10 million people in the world, how is 100,000 going to conquer the world? Doesn't matter what money you've got and what technology you've got, you need the manpower at the end of the day. Anyway, let's get away from that. It's all fucking madness what we're speaking about. As long as that Villa game goes sound and everyone's sweet, then obviously the children and the women of Gaza aren't. You know, you're going to have ongoing people becoming more frustrated and more hurt. Why? Because you're just watching a complete fucking... What you've watched. The only reason you haven't watched it umpteen times is because we were kids. And when we're growing up as children, as teenagers, we're not really absorbed in that. But the minute you grow into a mature state of mind, adulthood, you start focusing on watching news and shit, you start going, wow. When in reality, what's going on in Gaza has been going on in Iraq. What happened in Iraq, they done in Syria. What happened in Syria, they done in Afghanistan. what you're seeing now in Gaza is similar to what happens in them countries. A lot worse because it's smaller. But if you go through Iraq, if you go to Afghanistan, if you go to all these other places that the Jews have gone into, you know, Tony Blair, he is what he is. He went into Iraq, it was for Jews. But the plot, the radius of place that they fucking destroyed, it's like a Gaza. You know, it's like a full population gone. So when they've gone into Iraq, they focused on a certain area of Iraq and obliterated it. And this just because now you're old enough, you're having more of an eye-opener to this, what's happening in Gaza now. And going forward, you're going to have an eye-opener for all the other conflicts that's going to come again. You know, you're going to have another conflict somewhere in the next 2 years. Probably here. Because if you think about it, right, this country, if you think about how the Jews do stuff, and they do it blatant, but to do it blatant, they've got a, it's like a mad psychological way of doing it. So look, for us not to believe the Jews have got anything to do with this country, which is all I'm saying they are, and some of you are probably sitting there going, what the fuck's he on about now? The Jews don't know, da, 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 da. And to substantiate your feelings and doubt my assumption, they will create as if they're in conflict. So we all think Starmer coming out screaming Palestine state, we all think that was a government in this country doing the Muslims in this country a good thing, when in reality it was stage play. They wanted him to come out so it looks like these have fell out with them and they fell out with them, when in reality they're like that behind the scenes. See what you're seeing on the streets now, you've got loads of people saying, oh, it's going off, it's Barney, it's chaos, there's protests everywhere. This is organised chaos. You know, it's controlled chaos. I've told you loads of times, like, you know, when you know, when you want to hold a protest and you go and speak to the authorities, it's controlled. It's not a protest. You can't call it a protest. Why? Because you've been allowed and you've been told what you can and can't have. So it's controlled chaos. Whereas, if you've seen the Tower of Hamlets, you know, the other day when the Muslim fraternities come out, they haven't informed the police. They haven't been, oh, we're going to hold a protest. They just told people on social media, you got a protest. And everyone's turned up and there's no feds there. Then all the country think, well, how come police aren't policing them? Because they haven't rang the police to fucking police them. When you've got Tommy Robinson and all that, they're going, hello, is it okay if we hold an event with your permission, please? Fed. I'm the most hated racist in the country, but can I come and sit in the biggest office in the Met and speak with 3 of your biggest officers in the country and negotiate with you and plan how we can hold this protest? Fuck off, you little traitor.
Well, that's obviously fake, but Mr. Lammy cemented his reputation as a weapons-grade village idiot yesterday with his performance.
It's all Masons, isn't it? It's all Masonic. Fucking weird days, lot, aren't they? You know what? You know, if you watch these long enough, you will understand that is a gang of daft bastards, you know, all them politicians. A lot of yous probably aren't absorbed in the shit. I was absorbed in it because there was fuck all to watch on the telly in jail that stimulated my brain, other than that sort of shite. So I've watched them long enough to tell yous straight up, they're a gang of daft bastards, and the puppets, mate. Honest, it's like having a couple of bosses of a call centre. It's like having a boss of that call centre, the boss of that tyre gaff, the boss of that carpet shop. I'm not saying they're all daft, haven't got the ability to run the fucking country, and neither of these. The point I'm making is, that man in the carpet shop, if you voted him in, he'd be sat in there screaming like them. Yeah, look at me. If miraculously Liverpool people voted me in to be their mayor, I would be in there screaming and shouting amongst all that. And don't think like they haven't got that type of background, some of them. If you've done serious checks on half of them and their dads, they'd all have criminal records and shit. Yes, Liverpool 24 FC and that. Honest, anyone can get into that parliament, and that's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing with the Muslim community, using the fucking heads, voting their people in. So now what you're getting is people from the Muslim communities who have come from nothing, sitting next to these rich elite in the country, having their shout. And you're going to get more. Why? Because the Muslim communities are voting for their own kind. They're not going for the local party, because that's not their own kind. So look, in Liverpool's been brainwashed to vote Labour. So you can have an MP in the area who no one's got a fucking clue who he is, but because he's Labour, we're voting him. That's what it's like. Probably like that in Birmingham, but it's changed. It needs to change in Liverpool. You need to start getting your independent local fucking people into power. Take back power. You've got the opportunity to do so, you aren't doing it. Straight up. Doesn't matter where you are, whatever community you're in, start galvanising your troops and supporting. If you're in a Sikh community, you Sikh community people, start voting your local MPs. If you're in an African community, vote your local MP in. You've got the numbers, no one can stop you. No one can stop you. You won't happen in Liverpool. Why? Because our communities are divided and fucked through drugs. In your communities, that's come. You're all tight. You're not divided the way our homegrown communities are. So you can galvanise everyone to vote for your main man. There's too many main men in our communities. So you're not going to get the vote because 10 people hate you out of 20. Jealous, envy, all this. No, because of the division. And this is what's going to go on in the country, up and down the country, if your local homegrown people don't start voting your local heroes into power. It's what's going to happen all the time. You all need to get on the same page. If you're in a heavily populated fucking English borough, what are you doing getting a knobhead in Labour in power for you? Why haven't you got that fella there who's been on your road all his fucking life, looked after the Isle women, done charity, screams and shouts about things when you aren't getting them? They're the people that needs to be getting in. Fight it politically. It's the only way you can win it. And then the Muslim fair know that. In this country, you can't take power by force and violence, but you can do it with politics. These politicians have left the door open for anyone to take power. Anyone, no. Serious. And if the person you put in that's in the front line for you, your community, if he's got no dirty background, if he's got no horrible little devious ways about him that the media and the press and the usual political parties can't find on him, you're rolling in. You're getting power. Honest. I wish I knew all this years ago. Yes, Charlie. I wish I knew this fucking years ago, lad. I probably would have got on it. That's why they understood. That's why they targeted our people. Most of our people who went to jail would have been the ones not taking this shit and going, hang on, let's get into this political jargon earlier. It's too late for me now. But I can inspire the youth to tap into politics. You know, the kids off your communities. I'd love my young daughter to become the mayor of Liverpool. Imagine how that'll feel. Imagine like your daughter becoming something very fucking powerful for your city. You know, like a cheerleader for your city. Yes, Brandon's warm-up is good. Who would you want to see in power? Where? I'm not asked. I'd rather have power in the community again. That's where the real power lies for us people, in our communities. Unity within the community. It's where whoever's running the place is running the place. You can't do fuck all about it. Why? Because look at the firm you've got. That's all you've got to understand. Put it into that context and you'll understand it better. Look at the gang they've got. Look at the guns they've got. Look at the cars they've got. Look at the transport they've got to shut you down and to cut you off. And that's what you're up against. No shit. Now in this country, for some mad fucked up reason, you've got people that really think they can like topple the governments and make a difference in this fucking weird place. Listen, if shit gets out of hand, you will have squads in cars, armed to the teeth, putting people to bed on behalf of the government. That's how it'll go. Straight up. And you've got daft people thinking they're not that way. The people that control us, them screws that have got us locked in prison, you think they won't blow your fucking head off. He's a mad. Mad. That's what we are. We are inmates. Whether you like it or not. You know, if you're a good inmate, do as you're told, go to work. We'll let you go to football matches and that. We'll put concerts on for you and that, so you're not bored. Imagine having no footy. Yeah, I'll just put this into context a little bit, right? Have a think about this. Imagine there was no football, no sports, no festivals. What would there be? Trouble. Why? Because everyone would be bored shitless, mate. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just like prison. It's just like fucking prison. You know, in prison when they shout tea time, you'll have about 100 kids standing at that shutter getting the food. You know, out here when it's tea time, you will see different shutters all over your city with queues getting food. Everyone's looking at these food banks like it's a charitable thing, when in reality that's the way the communities are going. Straight up. I wouldn't be surprised, mate, if you've got trolleys coming from a kitchen somewhere getting brought to these food banks, and everyone in L5 and L6 has got to go there at 5 o'clock to get the food. Don't underestimate that happening, you know. Straight up like that. It's going like prison, this place. So look, if you were controlling the world and you wanted to control the whole world as one, you're going to need a prison for the world, aren't you? So look, see the way you've got see the way we believe. You've got these people who are screaming one world rule, world new order, one power, one currency, one religion. Now if that's the case, what they're speaking about is them controlling the whole fucking world. Ireland and England will be the prisons, do you reckon? Why not? I reckon. It fucking looks this way, doesn't it? Yes, Claire Kay. What they'll do, they'll have like, over the years, they will have already put feelers out. You know, they will have antagonised each city and identified the key players who the problems will be in the next few years and take them however they can. Majority of the ones that are going to fight back are doing crime or something. So they put a squad on them, take them out, put them in for double figures. They're out the picture while they implement this shit. That's what I feel they done with me. That's what I reckon they done with us. That's what it seems like. Yes, Kazi T, good. And that's what they've done with most of the main heads of our estates. Took them out the picture. Look what's happening. There's a reason nothing's happening. Do you get what I'm saying to you? There's a reason no real action's being taken on our estates. Because all the main kids are locked off. All the kids who've got heart. All the kids that have got gameness in them. All the kids that are anti-government, anti-police. They're locked off. You know, even the criminal fraternity in your city now, they're not thoroughbred. They're not game as fuck. They're not gonna fucking go at the feds with guns. The serious kids are in jail. And it's all deliberate. All of it was deliberate, I believe. Take the power off our estate so they can just run and do what they want with them. And that's exactly what's going on now. I'd even go so far as to say that's why they brought that fucking law out. Because what they do is they'd come in and they could take it out individually, and it'll take them a long time, but then, you know, the individuals will be replaced by something just as powerful. Now they're coming in your communities and taking 12 of the kids out in one swift move. And without you understanding it, yeah, the kids are the bastards, the kids are doing the shootings, the kids are doing this, the kids are doing that, bam. But they're the ones that were standing up against the police and the government when they came into your communities. The only ones. And look what used to happen to them because of that. They'd have the doors the Mars door weighed off its fucking hinges every other month. Why? Because they wouldn't take the shit off the police. And when you've got hindsight, and you've used hindsight most of your life to look back and see what's happened, I'm telling you now, what they've done to our communities and us, others shooting each other, others getting put in prison, it's all deliberate, that. Clear division. It's what drugs was. Drugs was placed in the hands of rats in our city. Them rats put it in our communities with the sole purpose to divide us all. Nothing else. Look at us off here. Yeah, so if you look at L5 now, because of drug dealing, you've got 6 or 7 different little groups in Anfield, and they'll kill each other. They're all Scousers. They all know each other's sisters and mothers. This is what drugs has done to us, you know, people. You need to wake the fuck up, mate. Serious. If you're dealing drugs, you want to be fucking stocking a war chest to go against the government with it. Think about it, mate. They're cutting you off already. They're cutting you off already, you drug dealers. You're going to feel it soon. You know when Trump's over there bombing pure fucking boats with tons of coke on, eventually the streets of this country is going to have a drought for cocaine. Trust me. Straight up. Even that shit that's getting done by Trump, he's doing all cartels, boats and that, blowing them to bits with tons on. And he's doing 5 or 10 a week. That shit is the stuff that goes to the Albanians. That shit is the stuff that goes to most cartels around the fucking world. And if they're not getting it, nowhere gets it. And this is what they're doing now. When you've got no cocaine to sell, you're making no money. You've already been coming through our estates taking the firearms. You think it's to protect our communities. Is it? Fuck. It's to stop you going at them in 10 years with them. Honest, I know it sounds a bit far-fetched to some years, doesn't it? Straight up, mate. Why are they only giving kids 5 years for a gun? Think about it, mate. Where's the music tonight, Daz? I just put on pause while I was talking. Want it back on, lad?
Get me.
Yeah, see fast.
Energy. Excellent. Only with a smart meter.
What time's it anyway? What time's that match finish? If you open my windows now, you'll probably hear them. So you've got two movements really. You've got well, it's all one movement, but you've got a particular female group which are doing a good thing, I reckon. Scream and get Israel to FIFA. They're like doing their own little thing down there, that bit. It's all females. Oh, you, Louis, if you had a billionaire as a family, you'd get another level of info. If you had a billionaire as family, you'd get another level of info. You can get the info if you don't get distracted. It's all there, you just got to notice it. Yes, Tom, nice one. Good stuff, lad. Deadly. No ID card. Wendy. What's up, Jazz from Dublin? You alright, Kel? Yeah? Ghost, the mortal technique. That's it, mate. What do you think of these tax rises coming? What's it gonna do, lads? Gonna make you poor? Fuck that, and he's like, don't worry about anything the government is saying or doing. Ignore them. You've got a gang of dickheads getting told what to do. Just ignore them. They're there to make you worry. And the more they make you worry, the more trapped you become. Why? Because you're worried sick about bullshit that they're screaming about, and it doesn't even touch you. Unless you own your own farm, unless you own your own property, I wouldn't worry. If you do, I'd worry. If you've got a property, go and put it in a trust. All your possessions, go and put them in a trust, and put that trust in your daughter's name. So when you die, none of it's taxed. So they can't take half your house. Yes, Jane. That's straight up. Nice one, Donna. That's a move. Yes, Kel, yeah. Dublin in the house. New account. Back up, Dave. You know how it is, lad, when you've got helmets trying to shut you down. Not even helmets, are they? Very fucking powerful people now, aren't they? You know, they're protected now by the state, aren't they? Tommy Robinson. It's a state asset now. Straight up, mate. When you've got the richest man in the world paying your legal fees, you're protected. You're a state asset. Yes, Sarah. How are you, Vicky? You good?
Turn a good date into a great date, into the best date ever. Deliveroo now just got even better.
Ignore the trolls, people. They are what they are. Creatures, no face, no case.
Too much to deal with. Well, now you've got to deal with me.
Shithouse rats who use that phrase. No face, no case. Acting like a troll. You got dickheads saying no face, no case, and they're not even doing no crime. Yes, I'm a Dave. JK. Have you tried double chocolate ones? Fuck them anyway. They are what they are. All he does that helmet is put people at risk. So you see that young Bob, he's at risk now. Why? Because Tommy Robinson done a video with him. Now when it was just young Bob, he weren't at risk. He might have got a set of beans thrown over him by some little LGBT fans down there somewhere. But now Tommy Robinson has purposely got him there and got him on video and pushed it out there. The kid's at risk now. And it's obvious what they're doing with him. You know, like an imitation of Charlie Kirk. A young Christian lad shot dead in this country. What do you reckon that'd do? Yeah, Rose, let me tell you now, there'd be more people in this country happy if Tommy Robinson was shot dead than what they would unhappy. It wouldn't really cause real. It might cause a madness for a few days and then they'll fuck off and get pissed. But with young Bob, It's got the youth. That's a different ball game, that. And them cooking nowhere. And that fucking Robinson. Watch what I've just told you. Give it a few years, like. The first person to be seriously hurt in all that madness there is going to be young Bob. Watch that. Why? Because of that cunt putting him in the place. Watch the media start elevating young Bob in the next few months, like they did with Robinson. Putting him on a pedestal, making him a target. Saturday night, gee, I watched you on your walk the other night for 3 hours. Sorry, Marky. Got custodian, Tommy said he doesn't know you. I'm not asked, mate. Must be the only one. Mustn't he? Think about it, dickhead. You and your brothers were a bit of firm back in the day. You weren't, you know, mate. How can you and your brother be a firm? Think about what you're saying, mate. Yes, Liverpool 24. I know you live in Birmingham now. I know. Everyone knows I live in Birmingham. Lived here for 4 years, mate. Been in the same place for 2.
Grammarly just got a major upgrade.
Same accommodation.
They introduced some AI tools, and they're
same address.
And just grammar checkers. Right at the very top, you can click on this.
I'm trying to get scared.
This up the AI chat. Once you type your prompt, let's send that to
like a fortress round the
a few seconds. It created this polished email that welcomes the customer and shows appreciation for their order.
You see what people like the store could not do.
For my communication, let's click on the humanizer.
He could get in a car and come here.
That's all the text.
It's only in Chester.
Like
takes an hour.
Now sounds like something that's
but he never will,
friendlier,
ever.
Much more natural.
Even before his fucked up head injury.
Actually want to send customers of a cookie.
But what they will do is try and recruit some little spice smoker or something to smash a window.
Audience is, or who's reading this text. This makes it easy to tailor.
And that's the risk they take,
whoever you're communicating
isn't it?
And to make sure that you've addressed their likely concerns up front.
Hey,
your productivity and get Grammarly today.
It's just a fucking helmet. Complete fucking sausage, mate. If you want to call him that. Can't even call him a sausage. Why? Because there's no meat in him. He's empty as fuck.
Website you love with Wix. For your words, create your brand, your opportunity, your breakthrough.
And that's what stalkers do. That's why they're called stalkers.
From can't look away to gotta have it. Make every detail yours.
They can't kill, they just stalk. Wait for you to go to sleep.
Crystallize it. Instantly.
The YouTube's serious damage to him as F's sake. I know, Ryan. That's why, look, I'd shout at him and have him pissing his pants. You know, he's a cat's head and that. He's got all that weak bladder shit going on.
Smooth to make, easy to love.
He's got all them mad shit going on with his fucking thing down here and that. Yes, Johnny. How are you, Tom? Are you good? What's your view about Maccabi Tel Aviv fans not allowed to watch their team play? Not asked me. They are, they're watching it on telly. Probably got big fucking massive screen somewhere in a gap in Birmingham watching it. Got a Jewish community in Birmingham, haven't you? Off Kingleo Road. Pershaw Road. So you've stopped them attending, but you haven't stopped them participating, which in reality they shouldn't have even been allowed to play. But that's the power of football and the division it creates. Why didn't UEFA and the sporting director of fucking whatever in this country said, look, this game's not going ahead and it's not happening. have it at your ground, send Villa over there. Why didn't we just do that? For the division, innit? Do you think that was a coincidence? Do you reckon that fixture was just out of the blue? Football's corrupt just like boxing is, just like football is, always has been, always will be. A lot of the time, you're getting a couple of £1 million, couple of £100 million laundered every season from most clubs. They do exactly the same with boxing and football. So look, you see Trent, money laundering. He won't have a clue. The people above him. Do you remember Mascherano and Tevez to West Ham? Remember years ago, Mascherano and Tevez came into the country from nowhere. Money laundering. You know when you've got a big massive player like James Milner going to Saudi for millions on a year? Money laundering. Now that Geordie kid fucked up to Saudi Arabia for fucking 700 grand a year. What was his name? Plays for Liverpool. Money laundering. Now he won't have a clue. People above them. Massive. So what you'll see in football is key players getting sold for dough and then sitting on a bench in the team they've gone to. Money laundering. So you'll have Spain or Real Madrid spending 150 million on my man and then putting him on the bench. It is what it fucking is. And the players won't have a clue. The ones above them will. And it's the same with fighting. You'll have key fighters getting put on main events or co-main event fights, losing. You'll have people like Aiden Ross, Drake, getting the inside information and banging 3 million on him to lose. So look, did you see Dana White's reaction when our boy Tom Aspinall said, fuck that, I'm not fighting blind? Do you know how much money was on that? Do you know how many millions and millions and millions of inside bets was placed on that for someone to win or whatever? No contest. Shit on everyone. It was ruled as a no contest, weren't it? Do you understand what I'm saying? So look, you know in them top fights, boxing, you know when your boxing's going to Saudi, money laundering, tax evasion. That's what it is. Every boxing event that's happened in Saudi Arabia has been tax evasion, money laundering. That's why you've used MTK Global's fighters, Tyson. All MTK Global's fighters that you thought weren't under the same umbrella of Kinahan are still under that same umbrella. They've just moved their operations to Saudi. And this is what they do, like. So look, if I've got millions and millions and millions and I've got a little firm of us who always gamble and we've got millions and millions and millions, look at Dana White. Gambling man. Do you think he's not betting on his own fucking matches? Think about it. He can scream he's as truthful as he fucking likes. But when you've got that many people with that amount of dough between you can have 5 years gambling on him to lose and 5 years gambling on him to win. And either result, you're all getting your dough back with profits on top. That makes sense to you? So look, say there's 5 million multi-millionaires here and they throw 50 mil on him to win. And the other 5 mates there, multi-millers, and they throw 50 mil on him to lose. Either way, the 10 of them are coming out on top with profit. Either way. So if they lose and he wins, they're up. That's what they're doing, man, on mass. That's why you see these fucking helmets on kick and that, as if they've made all the money on kick. Just laundering pure dough. You know, they set up these social media fucking things to launder dough these days. Them lot. It's hard to fathom, innit? But trust me, it happens, you know. These biscuits are lovely. Yes, Marky boy. Tom Bommy good. I should have stayed down there, but my phone was lagging. Yes, Darren.